Good morning, Year 3. I hope you completed yesterday's activity because that will help you in our lesson today. I have seen that many of you have actually tried to complete all of the sentences, even if you had not heard of the word before, so I'm really pleased about that. Well done. In our lesson today, we are going to know how to use conjunctions in a sentence. We already might be fairly familiar with this, so it is a chance for us to really make sure we understand how to do this confidently and independently. To be successful, we're going to recall some definitions of key vocabulary. I have a quiz for you to do today. Know how to use conjunctions in your sentences and use conjunctions to join two sentences together. So first of all, as a thinking activity, I just want you to think to yourself, what are conjunctions? And how many conjunctions do I already know? Just in your head, have a think. What do you know? How many do you know? Can you list them? Okay, so you may have started to think of some conjunctions. You may already be familiar with some. Conjunctions, remember, are words that can connect two sentences together. They are linking words. So we're going to come back to that in a moment. Just before we do that, we have a quiz. This is my example. Yours will include all those 15 words that you looked at yesterday. These are my two example words from yesterday's sheet. So we have the word flesh and we have the word invasion. My task is to match the word to their definition. So I need to make sure I've read both the definitions. A time of invading a country or region with an armed force. A soft substance of muscle and fat in a human or an animal. Okay, well, I know a soft substance of muscle and fat in a human or an animal links to flesh. So I am going to draw a line from flesh to this definition, and for invasion, I know that that means a time of invading a country or region with an armed force. So when you come to do your quiz today, you will have 3 definitions and 3 words per page that you need to match together, okay? That's your first task. Now, going back to our learning today for conjunctions, we are going to join 2 sentences together. So as you can see here, we have 2 simple sentences. Adam wasn't well, he stayed in bed. I know they are simple sentences because there are 2 full stops, but I could turn that into 1 sentence. In order to turn it into 1 sentence, I am going to use a conjunction. As we can see here on the left, there is a picture and it says joining words, and, but, so, because. These are just 4 simple joining words, and you might know some more that might be more appropriate and more challenging for you, and you may use those. But we're going to just start by using these for now. Adam wasn't well. So I'm going to begin by typing that out. Adam wasn't well, and he stayed in bed. Adam wasn't well, but he stayed in bed. That doesn't sound quite right. Adam wasn't well, so he stayed in bed. Yeah, I think that makes some sense. Adam wasn't well because he stayed in bed. That doesn't make sense. The one that I feel suits best is Adam wasn't well, so he stayed in bed. Full stop. Okay, so there is my first sentence using a conjunction. Adam wasn't well, so he stayed in bed. Okay, on to the next example then. We are going to just see how to do another sentence using a conjunction. This time we've got they washed their hands, they had their lunch. Okay, so again, begin by writing out that first clause. They washed their hands and they had their lunch. Okay, They washed their hands, but they had their lunch. They washed their hands, so they had their lunch. They washed their hands because they had their lunch. Not quite right. I'm going to use the one that I think is best. They washed their hands and they had their lunch. And I'm going to make sure I put a full stop at the end of that sentence. So I've finished talking. Okay, well done. So these are just two simple sentences. We're now going to begin to look at vocabulary that we were introduced to yesterday. So there was an invasion. The rare animals escaped. Okay. So again, start by typing out that first clause. There was an invasion and the rare animals escaped. There was an invasion, but the rare animals escaped. There was an invasion, so the rare animals escaped. There was an invasion because the rare animals escaped. I think that this sentence is going to be best using the conjunction so. There was an invasion, so the rare animals escaped. Full stop. Okay. On to the next example then. Zombies eat flesh. Zombies are carnivorous creatures. Okay, an interesting sentence here. We've got two of the keywords from yesterday, flesh and carnivorous. So start by typing out that first clause. Zombies eat flesh and zombies are carnivorous creatures. Zombies eat flesh, but zombies are carnivorous creatures. Zombies eat flesh, so zombies are carnivorous creatures. Zombies eat flesh because zombies are carnivorous creatures. I like the word because as a connective or conjunction for this one, so I'm going to add that in. Zombies eat flesh because zombies are and I'll make sure I spell this correctly, carnivorous creatures. And remember to put a full stop at the end. Okay. Those are our 4 examples then. Your activity today will be to look at the 12 sentences, short sentences that I've given you, and to combine them into one sentence using conjunctions. As a challenge, you might want to put the conjunction at the front of the sentence and use a comma after the first clause. These are your first 4. So we've got short sentences here. You need to rewrite the sentence so that it is just one sentence with a conjunction. The conjunction may be at the beginning of the sentence or it might be in the middle of the sentence. You need to make sure you would choose the appropriate conjunction so that it sounds correct. There are 4 more on this page and 4 more on this page. You can go back to my examples and check the video again so that you understand how to use conjunctions in your sentences. Remember, you also have today's quiz to complete, as well as these 12 sentences. If you need any help, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you.